Hi, welcome to one more episode of
Hi,
Zindagi Ka
hi,
Safar.
Dr. Banerjee.
Hi, so it's so nice to see Ravinder Chawla after a very, very long time. And as this episode is all about Zindagi Ka Safar, so I think somewhere in the Zindagi Ka Safar, I think career is something which is also a major part of it. So I think around 7 years back, when I was part of this principal group, and we were doing this training program for our uh, executives who were there. We were looking at someone who had to come and teach them, uh, and they had to also write an exam which was there, and we were really struggling. And that's when we got connected with Ravinder. And the first sessions, the first batch he did, people were so happy and excited, and we had 100% pass among the people because they had to write a exam at NSC as one of the qualifying exam for mutual fund. um, Post that, I think he did number of sessions with us, and we know each other now for nearly 7 years. So we'll get to know a little bit more about him. So रविंदर, वन मोर टाइम वेलकम टू यू, एंड आपके थोड़ा जिंदगी के सफर के बारे में बताइए। आप आपने कहाँ पढ़ाई की और फिर आपका कैरियर कहाँ कहाँ आपने काम किया, एंड हाउ थिंग्स आर।
Sure, Dr. Banerjee. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for having me here. It's indeed a privilege getting connected with you once again, as it always is. Uh, so, मेरा जिंदगी का सफर has been quite सुहाना.
वाओ।
Uh, you know, both in terms of personal life as well as professional life. It's been
हम्म।
absolutely a fascinating journey.
हम्म।
And I would definitely want to thank my parents, my teachers, all my seniors whom I worked with, all my team members, and of course, the Almighty.
हम्म।
There's a lot of gratitude which I have for the Almighty
हम्म।
for whatever blessings, all the blessings that the Almighty has showered me and my family with.
हम्म।
So I would say the entire journey of life has been quite fascinating.
वंडरफुल। तो आप मतलब वेयर डिड यू स्टडी एंड ऑल, वेर यू ऑलवेज बेस्ड इन मुंबई, और डिड यू स्टडी इन डिफरेंट प्लेसेस?
No, I moved to Mumbai in 2008.
ओके।
I was with HDFC Life at that time.
हाँ हाँ।
I was working at Ahmedabad, and then I moved over to Mumbai. I got transferred to the corporate office in
हम्म।
2008.
हम्म।
So I've been in Mumbai since 2008. But before that, uh, uh, I've had my stay across different locations. My
ओके।
daddy was in the army.
ओह ओके। फिर तो
Uh, yeah.
एवरी टू
So
थ्री इयर्स maybe you had to
yes,
shift.
yes. So
Okay.
in my childhood, I've had the privilege of literally, doing a Bharat Brahman.
Uh-huh.
Every 3 years, we used to move.
Hmm.
Um, so that was entirely altogether a new enriching experience, which I got blessed with on a regular basis.
Hmm.
So different parts of the country.
Hmm.
Till fifth, I was studying in convent school.
Okay.
But then since admission used to be a problem, and in the middle level of education, obviously it becomes a big problem
Hmm.
securing admission.
Hmm.
So my dad got me admitted in central school, Kendriya Vidyalaya.
केंद्रीय विद्यालय।
So from sixth onwards, me and my brother, he was in fourth standard at that time. So
ओके।
we studied in Kendriya Vidyalaya.
Hmm.
So in then I did my BA and MA in economics, and then I did my MBA, and then my professional life started in the year 92 from Delhi.
Okay.
So in terms of my professional life, I worked in Delhi and then moved to Ahmedabad. I was in Rico India Limited at that time.
Hmm.
Then again moved back, then moved to Jaipur. For
Uh-huh.
4.5 years, I had an excellent, learning experience working in Rajasthan, and then
Okay.
again moved back to Ahmedabad for one
Oh,
year, and
okay.
then moved to Jaipur in 2008. So I've been in Mumbai since 2008.
Okay. मतलब so you have seen the length and breadth of the country, and not only have worked, you have also studied there. So when you started your initial career, was it in training, or did you start as a functional person, let's say sales, or maybe any other function which is there?
Well, I've been a hardcore sales professional.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I specialize in sales and marketing as well as finance.
Uh-huh.
But I was really fascinated by sales,
Hmm.
and I had decided in my MBA itself, while I was pursuing my MBA itself, that I'd be getting into sales.
Hmm.
And so I've been in sales all through. In my entire corporate life experience of 19 odd years, I have been in sales. I've handled large teams, handled added profit centers,
Mm-hmm.
uh, including other than sales teams. I've also, managed the responsibilities pertaining to other functions. Uh,
Okay.
so in the region, I was heading HR, operations, uh, marketing,
Hmm.
various other functions, and that is how I got to know about different functions as well, which is now helping me in supporting people become skilled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
today,
think.
when I'm
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's a wonderful thing, because I think as a person, specifically when we are into the skilling business, not about so much about education, you have seem to be having the perfect thing. So you have gone through doing your masters, then you have done your MBA, then you have worked on variety of places with number of people, looked at all the different functions which is there. Whenever I think you will be teaching, you will not only be looking at the things from a very practical perspective, but you'll also be able to, I think, share with the your participants about how well uh, they should be looking at, and what are the important facets. And I think that's what, when I
right,
started saying, that was the feedback which kept on coming from all my students who were there, saying that Ravinder sir
right.
brings so much value to the sessions which are there, and they used to love sitting in your classes and all. um, so
Thank
I
you.
very rarely seen, because some of us, and both of us, teach some of those finance things which can become little dry, so you still used to make it very, very interesting for them. So that's how I
Right.
think what I see behind you about your organization, which is RSC, skill building and consulting solutions. uh, so when did that start? That started how many years back, and what are the kind of training and consulting which you're doing now?
Sure. So when I left my job in the year 2010, I took a
Okay.
sabbatical
Uh-huh.
before beginning my entrepreneurial journey, because I wanted to learn more about. I wanted to upskill myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I also wanted to gain more knowledge.
Hmm.
So I pursued this course on certified financial planning.
Okay.
Then I got myself enrolled for a management development program from IIM Ahmedabad
Oh,
on
lovely.
enhancing Salesforce, on enhancing Salesforce performance.
Mm-hmm.
Then I also got myself trained on executive coaching.
Hmm.
Got myself enrolled for a few trainer programs,
Hmm.
and that is when I thought that I'm ready to take up lunch now.
Okay.
So I began my entrepreneurial journey in the year 2011,
Uh-huh.
5 months after I left my job.
Okay.
So I tried to invest in myself so
Mm-hmm.
as to get myself prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started as a freelancer.
Okay.
So when I met you, I had been a freelancer. So
Hmm.
I had been a freelancer for around 9 years.
Okay.
Then a couple of years back, I set up another company, which was a proprietary firm, which is still there.
Mm-hmm.
But then with the proprietary firm, obviously, there used to be some challenges because uh, many times in case of corporate assignments,
Sometimes they
the
want you to be,
companies,
yeah.
yes, the companies used to think that obviously the bandwidth would be limited, the
Yeah. Yeah.
scale of operations would be limited.
Hmm.
So then I thought that no, I have to have the setup corporatized.
Mm-hmm.
So then last year, uh, uh, this company was founded.
Okay.
So
So, um,
for all
so
practical purposes, the business started only in February 2021, just
21. Okay.
3 months back, because this company got incorporated during the times when lockdown was on.
Oh,
So
okay.
obviously, we couldn't do any assignments at that time, but we started off in February 21 then.
21. Okay. That's wonderful because sometimes these timings and all, and I think for all of us, this last 1 year and 1.5 years has been quite difficult because uh, this is a new world. So things are
Yeah,
becoming little tough on all of us, which is there. So I'm definite that I think as slowly it has started off for you, there'll be a lot of assignment which will come your way because I can vouch for your talent which you have, and now you have tried to make it little bit more
thank
structure
you.
and corporatized. So I think definitely it will. So maybe the next time when you catch up, we will talk about the success story of uh,
Surely,
RSC Skill
surely.
Building and Consulting Solutions Limited. Yeah. So
Looking forward.
wish you
Thank
all
you.
the best on that. Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Having understood about your journey so much so far, what I
Right,
think we will do is also understand you a little bit more as a person because Zindagi Ka Safar is about all multi-dimensional things which are there.
right,
So the last
right.
round, uh, we will call it a lazy round, not a rapid
Okay.
round. So we'll have
All
some
right.
few questions, and you can pick up your choice, and we'll discuss about why you are doing that choice, which is there. Yeah. So are you ready
Right.
for having a chilled out discussion about life in general?
Surely.
Okay,
Surely.
definitely. Okay, great. Okay, so let's the first one. Uh, so let's start with food.
Okay.
Would you prefer to have jalebi rabdi or aloo paratha as a snack at this point in time? We are discussing around 6 o'clock in the evening.
Aloo paratha for sure.
Okay.
Uh,
So this is more
Being
because
Punjabi, I love parathas.
you love parathas. Okay. So normally you also love sweets and all or dessert, or you're more of a you avoid it being very health conscious or something like that because you look very fit.
I used to, I used
Okay.
to like it immensely,
Uh-huh.
especially the Bengali sweets,
Okay.
Rasgulla, and
Rasagalla.
Cham Cham being my favorites. In
Okay.
fact, Dr. Banerjee, I forgot to mention, my father he speaks very fluent Bangla.
Oh, is it?
Uh,
Because was he
yeah,
posted
yeah.
in Bengal?
He had a lot of Bengali friends.
Oh, okay. Is it? Okay, lovely.
And in fact, something very interesting that my mom used to put on specs,
Oh,
right since marriage.
huh,
And many times, because daddy used to speak very good Bangla,
huh.
many times people used to think that my mom may have been a Bengali, and that is how my dad would have, because generally I've seen that Bengali ladies they used to
They
they
used
had
to have,
they
yes.
were bespectacled, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is how that's so because my daddy was very fluent in Bangla,
Huh,
he used to speak very fluent Bangla.
yes.
Uh, uh, he had a lot of Bengali friends as well.
Hmm,
So
hmm.
probably my craving for Bengali sweets, may have come from that background.
Yeah.
But then now, as I've been aging now, though young at heart, but in terms of biology clock, though I've been aging, that's why I'm attempting to have
Restrict on them.
very
Hmm.
less sweets. Yeah,
Okay. So
but
paratha,
that
though
craving is always there.
craving is always there. Though I said paratha and I was like very specific about being aloo paratha and all. So is it aloo paratha or any other paratha which is more of your favorite?
My favorite is paneer paratha.
Oh, okay.
Paneer
Okay.
paratha is my favorite.
That's
My
lovely.
mom used to prepare different types of parathas.
Ah.
and now my wife, pampers me with different types of parathas as
Oh,
well. But
that's very
to be
tempting. So the
honest,
next, hmm.
yeah.
So next
To
time
be
I
honest, I now
get a chance to come to Mumbai, I know where I have to come, and I have to come and tell
100%,
भाभी की
100%,
भाई वही पराठा हमें भी खिलाइए जो आप रविंद्र
100%.
सर को खिला रहे हो.
Surely.
Yeah. Okay. आप कुछ बोल रहे थे, सॉरी आई कट यू.
मैं कह रहा था कि अभी क्योंकि एज की वजह से आई एम नाउ ट्राइंग टू go slow in terms of parathas also. I'm
Also,
trying
yeah.
to,
Okay.
because it's always good, not to keep pampering yourself with
Yeah. Beyond a
stuff
certain age.
which
Yeah.
may
True.
add to the weight.
Yeah. Yeah. Very very true. I think they say the best way, if you can have a balanced diet and try to be very conscious about what you are having, half the ailments will go off if you are able to do that. But very becomes very difficult, specifically for someone like me who loves to eat and all. And मुझे मौका मिला तो sweets तो definitely I keep on having. So okay, चलिए.
I can
Okay,
understand.
so let's move to the next question.
Sure.
तो अगर आपको चांस मिले टू एक्ट इन रीमेक ऑफ सम ऑफ द हिट मूवीज, हिंदी हिट मूवीज विच इज देयर, एंड आपको दो चॉइसेस देता हूं मैं, विल यू बी
Right.
वांटिंग टू एक्ट इन थ्री इडियट्स और रंग दे बसंती, be one of the characters in Three Idiots or Rang De Basanti?
uh, Probably Three Idiots.
Okay,
I
and
love
the
that
reason
movie.
being,
Because the main learning from that movie that you
yeah,
should focus on excellence.
yeah,
And if let's say you are focusing on excellence, then
hmm,
success is the byproduct of that.
hmm,
Is what is absolutely true, and what I also keep preaching all the time.
hmm,
I always keep saying that it is the means which are important. If
hmm,
the means are right, the
hmm,
ends would always be right.
hmm,
So we need to focus on the means, or let's say if the process is right,
hmm.
the end result end result would always be right.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. I
That's what.
also will agree, because, and that's what I think all of us have seen. Though someone can argue it out on a reverse, and that can become a problem for us, saying someone like Rancho, yeah, um, who learns everything on his own. So if you actually see, it looks like from the movie that he is learning everything, not from the book or from the professors what they're teaching, though he knows it, because I think he demonstrated when we were talking about how what is a motor, and he gives two different answers about it. Um, Maybe teachers and formal education might not be, if you have interest you will know what all to learn, and you learn on your own, and then you will come with a solution. तो आपका और मेरा मतलब दुकान बंद हो सकता है if everyone believes in that particular way. So do you agree on that?
I think, in my opinion, I think that we people support the candidates, support the participants
Yeah,
to upskill themselves on the process.
yeah,
We support them upskill themselves on the means.
true.
We help them prepare themselves to make sure that they follow the right things, they do the right things.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, if they're doing the right thing, they'll be able to achieve success. Now, for example, let me give an example. In sales programs, I always keep talking about, the concept of making sure that you follow the
Mm,
sales funnel concept. So
mm.
you meet more and more people,
Yeah,
right? If you
prospecting.
meet
Yeah,
more and more people will become prospects.
yeah,
And again, when you meet the client, you need to make sure that you develop a rapport with them, you establish trust with them, you
mm,
understand their needs and offer them the right solutions
mm,
and maintain the relationship thereafter.
mm,
So these are the means. If people follow the means correctly, the
mm.
end would always be right. So excellence. If they focus on excellence, they will definitely achieve success.
Yeah, I agree, definitely, because um, somewhere as I ended up doing, the interpretation I did was saying that okay, it's not necessary, but I think there is a lot of reason for someone to go in, because the moment you have a inherent talent, you need someone to guide you and tell you the process, as you very rightly pointed out, for them to be successful. Because otherwise, uh, I will just not use the talent in the most effective manner, and that will ensure that you are not able to get the success which is there. Okay. Chalo, yeah, next question I think is very, very interesting, because uh, and I think your answer, whatever be the choice, will also be something which many people might want to follow after that. Yeah. So
Right.
आपका जो investment है, आपका जो saving है, do you put into fixed deposits or do you put into equity, stock market?
Well, equity. I
Okay.
am absolutely a firm believer in equity. So
Okay.
I always, preach that we need to have an asset allocation ratio.
Hmm.
So obviously, I also follow an asset allocation ratio,
Mm-hmm.
but then maximum allocation is towards equity,
Okay.
because I strongly believe that, and the facts also say so, that no other asset class has given as good returns as equity.
Hmm.
But having said that, I also I do have an asset allocation ratio,
Hmm.
and so it's not that 100% money is in equity, but then it's as per the asset allocation ratio, and I keep reviewing it once a year. Um, but I must also share one thing here, and I'll tell you why am I talking about it. That
Hmm.
I started saving and investing money only after 10 years of the start of my professional career.
Okay.
So from 92 till 2002, I was not investing any money.
Okay.
I had been in sales. I used to earn very good incentives. I was doing very well for myself. I used to qualify for a trip abroad almost every year.
Hmm.
And I was actually living the life king size,
Mm-hmm.
without even bothering about, allocating something for the future financial goals.
Hmm.
And only after I got into HDFC Standard Life during the training program did I realize how naive had I been.
Hmm.
And then I made a promise to myself that I will always try to support others, support the youngsters, not make mistakes which I did by not investing anything for the first 10 years of my career.
Hmm.
Because as you know, it is important that
The earlier you start, you, yeah.
the earlier we start. Yes. So that is why now I do a lot of investor awareness workshops as well,
Hmm.
and it's become a mission now, another mission of mine, other than making learning become simple, which is the main mission. The other mission also is to contribute towards the spread of financial literacy,
Hmm.
because unfortunately in our schools and colleges this concept is not taught.
Not taught, yeah.
Yeah, so this is very important, and in my programs, as well as to all my participants also, the
Hmm.
trainees, I keep telling them that it is critical that they also learn the skill of managing money. So
Hmm.
that's a very, very important skill.
Okay. Okay, that's I think gives us a very, very good insight, not only to me, but I think whoever will be listening to this podcast, about how to go about going about investment. And definitely in the link I will put Ravinder Chawla's contacts and his LinkedIn ID. So
Sure.
if any of you want to contact him further, you can definitely do that and get more clarity about how it is to
Thank
be
you.
done in a professional manner. Okay.
Right.
Uh, Now coming to one more question. Uh, as trainers, we normally use a lot of different techniques of teaching. Yeah, movie many times is one of them. Yeah. So now I'm going to be giving you two different movies, and
Okay.
again you'll have to be choosing which one you might be giving you better learning in a training environment, where once you play some
Okay.
clippings out of that, people can learn something. First one is from Om
Right.
Shanti Om, Shah Rukh Khan movie, and the second one is Lagan, where Amir Khan is the hero.
Lagan.
Lagan, okay. So क्या
Lagan.
वहां से क्या
Okay.
learning? Which one?
No, I'm just confirming. Did you mention Lagan?
Yeah, I mentioned Lagan. Yes, I mentioned Lagan.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Om Shanti Om and Lagan, right?
Yes, Om Shanti Om.
Yeah. So, in fact, I must share with you that I do use clippings from both the movies.
Oh, okay.
But the movie Lagan gives an opportunity for much more clippings to be used,
Mm-hmm.
and I do use multiple clippings
Okay.
from the movie from the movie Lagan,
Hmm.
and I'll tell you why. Because first, the movie Lagan mentions about a very important fact that it's important to dream.
Hmm.
Right? If you recall in the movie Lagan, when
Hmm.
the villagers accuse Bhuvan
Hmm.
of having made a mistake by accepting the challenge thrown in by Captain Russell,
Hmm.
he says, "तुम सपना देखत हो,"
Hmm.
and he says, "हाँ हम जानत हैं हम सपना देखत हैं पर
Hmm.
सपने वही साकार कर सकत है जो सपना देखत है."
Hmm.
Right? So it's important to dream. So
Hmm.
that's one part which is there.
Hmm.
Again, in the same scene, he also says that we'll have to take a chance,
Hmm.
right? So he says कि अगर हार गए तो 3 साल लगान देना पड़ेगा,
Hmm.
लेकिन अगर जीत गए तो कोई लगान नहीं, सॉरी, अगर हार गए तो 3 गुना लगान देना पड़ेगा,
Hmm.
लेकिन अगर जीत गए तो 3 साल तक कोई लगान नहीं देना पड़ेगा. So he says that obviously the chances of we being able to achieve something and gain is much more if we were to make efforts.
Hmm.
So that is a very important learning, that you must make attempt,
Yeah.
right? You must not give up. And
Hmm.
he also says कि चूल्हे से रोटी निकाले वास्ते चिमटे को अपना मुंह जलाएगा पड़ी,
Perfect.
right?
Yeah. Yes.
Which means there can be no gain without pain.
Pain. Yes.
So you will have to take pain in order to be able to gain.
Hmm.
So, and one more thing, from an insurance perspective, because I've spent a lot of time in the insurance sector,
Hmm.
and I am also facilitating a lot of programs pertaining to insurance, other than apart from other things.
Hmm.
Insurance, or for that matter, in any other business,
Hmm.
uh, manager's job is also to be able to, especially in sales, their
Hmm.
job is to be able to identify winners.
Hmm.
And in the movie Lagan, if you recall,
Hmm.
Bhuvan identifies the potential of this player Kachra, this
Hmm.
character Kachra.
Hmm.
All the other players are absolutely actually they are not keen that Kachra should be playing,
Hmm.
but he says no, this guy is going to become a match winner,
Hmm.
and he actually turns out to be a match winner.
Hmm.
So the managers ought to have this skill of being able to identify a match winner.
Yeah. I think wonderful lessons, and I think that's why, and the way you explained the different learning, four of them is what you have done from just one clipping and one movie, and there will be multiple more. Um, no wonder people love your teaching so much, yeah, because
Thank
you
you.
are able to relate to them, and they will be able to remember, and they will also be able to understand how things are done in a very nice fashion. Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move to the last question, which I want to ask you. Uh, Now, in your spare time, and if you're given an opportunity to listen to music, many of us do, and I think you also will be listening to it. Um, which of these two songs you might prefer to listen? Yeah, suppose you are given option कि पहले इसको सुनना है या फिर इसी को सुन सकते हो. One of them you can listen. Yeah. Okay, the
Yeah.
first one is यादों की बारात, the song,
Yeah.
और एक लड़की को देखा तो ऐसा लगा. Both R.D.
Okay.
Burman creations. So which one
Compose songs.
will you prefer?
Well, I'm a great fan of late Mr. R.D. Burman.
Uh,
Um, I call myself one of R.D. fanatics.
okay.
In fact, I must tell you, quite an interesting thing that I when my son was to be named, the elder child of ours,
Hmm.
I named him after RD's initials.
Oh,
So we named him Ravdeep RD.
okay.
Um, so normally people would have initials after the name is finalized. In
Hmm.
case of my son, it was the other way
You took the initial
around.
and then
so
figured out a name which fits. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, so I'm a big fan of Panchamda. And so
Hmm.
both these movies, Yadon Ki Barat and 1942, A Love Story, are my favorite. So given a choice between the two, I would prefer 1942, A Love Story.
Hmm.
Uh, Primarily because that was Panchamda's last movie.
Yeah. True.
Unfortunately, Panchamda wasn't there himself to see to bask in the glory of success that that movie really got. Unfortunately, his last years, his last few years, the last few years of his life were very lonely.
Hmm.
Uh, Many of his colleagues, they had deserted him. I mean,
Hmm.
the producers, they had deserted him.
Hmm.
uh, but then this movie was hugely successful.
Hmm.
And I only today, everybody is talking about Panchamda. He is His songs get played more than any other music director.
Yes.
But I really wish he was alive to enjoy the success, which enjoy the name, the fame,
Yes.
which everybody is talking about today.
Yeah. He's a
But
legend,
unfortunately,
and
he's not.
yeah, he's a legend. So, uh, and I think that's what I think Zindagi Ka Safar is. So, uh, he, which is maybe true for all of us, that sometimes we have the success and sometimes success come to us at a later point in
Absolutely,
time, maybe once maybe we are
absolutely,
not there. Yeah.
absolutely.
But uh, this was a wonderful half an hour plus discussion which we had, Ravinder, and really
Thank you,
thankful that you had taken the time out and shared about your life journey, shared about your different interests which is there. I really enjoyed chatting up with you, and I am very sure that all my viewers are going to be equally enchanted by your journey. Yeah, and wish you all the best, sir.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I thank you for the warm invitation and having me here. I also absolutely enjoyed this conversation. Absolutely, it was great from the heart. Thank you for the opportunity, and I wish your channel all the very best, all the success. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.